Welcome back to Rush the Field, your one-stop shop for college football. Just like that, college football season is officially over. Got a little over 7 months before we get another college football game. So now we start our off-season coverage. But before we do that, we're going to break down the national championship game. Ohio State, Notre Dame. Ohio State trumps Notre Dame 34-23. Let's break it down. I would like to start by talking about the opening drive that Notre Dame had. A 9-minute drive converting 6 first downs. Absolutely insane. And I want to believe that that drive alone catered to the success or lack of success of Notre Dame's offense continuing throughout the entire first half. Notre Dame was able to convert 6 first downs in that 9-minute drive, and a lot of it was due to the success of Riley Leonard and his ability to scramble, make a run, look for a pass option, but at the end of the day, get the play done. Notre Dame takes it down the field, scores for 7. Ohio State immediately responds with their drive, also scoring 7. One thing that played a huge part was Ohio State's very explosive offense coming out of the gate, and Notre Dame not quite reading the situation very well, playing a lot of zone coverage, trying to combat explosive players like Jeremiah Smith. But at the end of the day, Will Howard was just able to really play excellent ball, utilize his legs, make plays when he needed to, either scrambling for a first down, scrambling to find an open receiver. They were able to make a ton of plays. Not to mention the fact that he didn't get an incomplete pass until the third quarter. Might have been fourth, actually. I think in this game, Marcus Freeman was heavily outcoached by Ryan Day. Although throughout the course of the playoffs, Marcus Freeman was able to really utilize aggressive play calling. It didn't really play in their favor here against Ohio State, and that can be taken back all the way to that fake punt that didn't really go their way. They failed to convert on a first down, giving Ohio State great field position, which inevitably led them to score that touchdown. Another crucial mistake that Notre Dame made was opting for a field goal down by 2 possessions. Granted, yes, you do score this one. It makes your 2 possession a little bit less difficult, where you're not having to convert a 2-point conversion every touchdown. But at the end of the day, it's a national championship. You're on the biggest stage of college football, last game of the year. With such little time left on the clock, opting for a field goal is definitely not the repertoire choice that we needed to see from Marcus Freeman. Maybe the lack of conversions on that fake punt really got to him, because you didn't see nearly the aggressive offensive Notre Dame front that you would have saw against Georgia a couple weeks prior. Now let's talk about some MVPs of this game, and you can't say MVP without Quinshon Judkins being a huge topic of conversation. I mean, just being able to get 2 rushing touchdowns in a national championship game is incredibly huge. But it was the stride, it was the swagger, it was how he was doing it, how he was swimming through this Notre Dame defense. It just showed how talented of a player he really is. At the end of the day, I do believe that my projections on how this game would go, very aggressive up front, were fairly accurate. I didn't expect Notre Dame to fall 2 possessions or even 3 possessions at one point in the game. That was a bit to my concern, and I think a lot of that has to do with Marcus Freeman not necessarily putting in the right plays, understanding what is going on, what offensive front that Ohio State has been running, because their explosive offense was clearly just way too much for Notre Dame. And I think it also got in their head that playing man-to-man coverage against an explosive player like Jeremiah Smith was not going to go in their direction, so they decided to play zone, opened up a lot of areas. You saw a wide-open touchdown. It was just chaotic, and it was a disaster. I think after this game, starting next year, a lot of teams are going to reevaluate how they spend their NIL money, because expensive roster, high results. You win a national championship by spending $20 million on your players, you're going to do it every year. Boosters are going to pay that. You're going to find a way to make it happen. And there's a fire alarm. I don't want to go. But that is going to be it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I think this place is burning down, so I got to go. Talk to you later.